Sunday, Sunday, blood, sweat, and glory. Highline racing, yeah, we write the story. Feel the thunder, hear the crowd ignite. We own the back tie, we own the fight. Tempers get hot when the rubber burns. A push to a shove, a lesson is learned. Fist might fly when the tension breaks. You do what you gotta, for goodness sakes. It's Sunday, Sunday, blood, sweat, and glory. Highline racing, yeah, we write the story. Feel the thunder, hear the crowd ignite. We own the back top, we own the fight. It's Sunday, Sunday, blood, sweat, and glory. Highline racing, yeah, we write the story. Feel the thunder, hear the crowd ignite. We own the back top, we own the fight. Tempers get hot when the rubber burns. A push to a shove, a lesson is learned. Fist might fly when the tension breaks. You do what you gotta, for goodness sakes. It's Sunday, Sunday, blood, sweat, and glory. Highline racing, yeah, we write the story. Feel the thunder, hear the crowd ignite. We own the back top, we own the fight. It's Sunday, Sunday, blood, sweat, and glory. Highline racing, yeah, we write the story. Feel the thunder, hear the crowd ignite. We own the back top, we own the fight. Tempers get hot when the rubber burns. A push to a shove, a lesson is learned. Fist might fly when the tension breaks. You do what you gotta, for goodness sakes. It's Sunday, Sunday, blood, sweat, and glory. Highline racing, yeah, we write the story. Feel the thunder, hear the crowd ignite. We own the back top, we own the fight. It's Sunday, Sunday, blood, sweat, and glory. Highline racing, yeah, we write the story. Feel the thunder, hear the crowd ignite. We own the back top, we own the fight. Tempers get hot when the rubber burns. A push to a shove, a lesson is learned. Fist might fly when the tension breaks. You do what you gotta, for goodness sakes. It's Sunday, Sunday, blood, sweat, and glory. Highline racing, yeah, we write the story. Feel the thunder, hear the crowd ignite. We own the back top, we own the fight. It's Sunday, Sunday, blood, sweat, and glory. Highline racing, yeah, we write the story. Feel the thunder, hear the crowd ignite. We own the back top, we own the fight. Tempers get hot when the rubber burns. A push to a shove, a lesson is learned. Fist might fly when the tension breaks. You do what you gotta, for goodness sakes. It's Sunday, Sunday, blood, sweat, and glory. Highline racing, yeah, we write the story. Feel the thunder, hear the crowd ignite. We own the back top, we own the fight. It's Sunday, Sunday, blood, sweat, and glory. Highline racing, yeah, we write the story. Feel the thunder, hear the crowd ignite. We own the back top, we own the fight. Tempers get hot when the rubber burns. A push to a shove, a lesson is learned. Fist might fly when the tension breaks. You do what you gotta for goodness sakes. It's Sunday, Sunday, blood, sweat, and glory. Highline racing, yeah, we ride the story. Feel the thunder, hear the crowd ignite. We on the back top, we on the fight. We stand up tall, boots on the bleachers, ready to bang. Stars and stripes, waving up high. You hear that roar, roll through the sky. Feel that ground shake now. We're the talk of the hour, racing now. Highline, highline, raise it up loud. Highline, highline, hearts in the crowd. King of all champions, that's our prize.
All right, here we go. Charlotte Motor Speedway for the AdminBoxx 175. Getting things booted up, ready to roll. I'm your host, Tommy Rogers. And this is gonna be a wild one. Man, we had a little bit of a practice earlier. For the most part, I was messing around with the broadcast and such. As you can see, broadcast is looking significantly different. A lot of changes being made around here. A lot of changes. Not just with me. iRacing's got a new commercial out. We've got the goods. AdminBoxx, just the same. We got it. We're going to bring all that to you tonight, along with the fans, the crew chiefs, all that stuff that we got down in pit road and all around the grandstands, talking with some of these guys, as well as a lot of beef this week between Evan Perry and a fill-in driver for Helix Motorsports, as those two guys were, like, for real, they were having a lot of beef, a lot of words being said back and forth throughout the beef channel in the Highline Discord. So what we're going to do is we got a little bit of a clip. One of the reporters talked to him, so we're going to show you that as well. That'll be among the fans and the crew chiefs. But we're on in good time tonight. Taking a look what we got. We're going to show some people. It says, looking at the chat, let's get it, boys. We got Boyer saying, let's go. Got some people saying they love me. I love you too. We got Helix Motorsports is ready to rock tonight. Yes, sir. We got the 93. That is right. Javon Thompson filling in for the leader of Helix Motorsports from, I should say, Bryce Hinton, the 28 car. Not with us tonight as he's away for some real life work stuff. We got Brandon Dewhurst. Yes, sir. Brandon Dewhurst. Everybody see him in the chat. Man saved my life in Afghanistan. Much love to my brother there. Good to see you in here, as well as Brian Duncan from BRX, our man, Mr. Meatball. Yes, sir. Well, now, before we get on to some of that cool stuff that I told you guys about, first, we want to start out with showing a little love to some of the drivers. We're going to bounce around, see a few of these cars, see what they're looking like, and then we'll go from there. But before we get too far into it, I want to show you guys the new tower. The new tower looking a little bit different as well. New tower in the house. Got all the love up here on the right hand side for TWRS, AdminBoxx, Pedley's Garage, all of our sponsors. Much love. RSI Broadcasting been doing a ton of work for us. Going to show him love here as well. You should see it any moment. At the end of the day, he's broadcasting our Monday Night League So we're going to give him a shout out. You know, we're definitely going to shout out. We're going to show all the love we can to him. At the end of the day, I personally am racing for the Highline team in that Monday night league. Looking forward to it starting come August 17th. As you see the RSI broadcasting up across the top. Yes, indeed. Randy Schweitzer of RSI Broadcasting will be filling in for the 09 of Sean Stamper tonight. So we're going to get eyes on him now. There we have it. Randy Schweitzer in the 78 filling in tonight, like I said, for Sean Stamper. And his teammates still showing him with SMT, so we're going to get that updated here momentarily. Bouncing around the track, though, we got Jim Segredo. Jim Segredo, the voice of the Highline. He's giving all the guys the rules throughout the course of the week, runs the show and the hosted sessions. The voice that everybody listens to and knows. Things going really big for Jim and the Highline team. Much love to the 21 here. All the great work you do for us and this league and the upcoming Monday Night League, as you are the commissioner for the Monday Night League. New driver in the house. New driver in the house, Kenwood Ramsey. Not sure if he's going to make it up on... He has made it up onto his LBS team roster. Good to see him out here. Very impressive driver. Been making a lot of headway throughout the course of the week in the hosted sessions. You know, a younger man made vice president of LBS. I didn't even know what LBS stood for until today. I had to look into it, but it turns out it's Larkin Warrior Spire. So... 54 there, Kenwood Ramsey coming on strong, picking up vice president right there in the league. The young man, good luck to him tonight. Expect big things. All of the LBS drivers seem to be pretty strong here in Charlotte. Justin Crow coming around as you'll see the sun is going to be changing throughout the course of the race today. It's we will be racing at night under the lights, but waiting for just at the end of the day, waiting for the sun to set. Anybody that's in the chat, man, let us know who you think is going to win tonight. We'd love to hear what you got to say. Checking out Timothy Tyler now. Timothy Tyler there in the 83 Dark Horse car. Timothy Tyler, the CEO of Dark Horse Racing. Good to see him out here. Gonna pop over, check out some of the standings. Kind of curious to see where Timothy Tyler is falling in. Checking it out now, Timothy Tyler. Where is Timothy Tyler? In the 39th place currently. Ryan Wilson leading the way. Bryce Hinton, Trevor Haley, Vincent Guerrero, Ethan Fonseca Moreno. Our top five. As far as team standings, though, VRX Simulators are on a big jump with some great racing and big-time results here recently. Behind guys like Vincent Guerrero, so keep an eye on them as this race goes. I expect to see several of their drivers contending as well. And, of course, last week we were in Echo Park. I shouldn't say last week. It was actually a couple of weeks ago we were in Echo Park Speedway for the David Boyer Memorial 175, where Craig Rowe of Primex Racing pulled down the win with Bryce Hinton and Randy Showers still picking up podium spots. Hard charger last week there at Echo Park. Randy Schweitzer up 33 spots. Wow, that was big time driving there for Randy. Great to have him on board with the Highline team this week. Of course, Craig Rowe dominating last week, picking up the win and the most laps led. Grant Wesley with an amazing fastest lap. And then, of course, our pole position winner, Bryce Hinton. But story of the tape was the cautions. There were way too many. Definitely way too many last week. Jumping over, gonna see if we can't get eyes on Evan Perry. We spoke of Evan Perry earlier regarding all the issues he's been having here lately with fill-in driver from Helix Motorsports, Bill Daniels. If you're not abreast to it, hop over into the Beef channel in the eye line and scroll up a little bit. It goes for days. Evan Perry there in his 72 trademark car, the carbon fiber hood, carbon fiber body, I should say. Nick Bauman out here riding the Dente as he's getting ready to enter the track. Got several Helix Motorsports drivers just now passing him. Watching here in the fan cam as some of these drivers are coming around. All right. Well, I don't know. Should we go ahead? Should we show any of the material for this week? I don't know. I think we might wait just a little bit. Still bounce around here. See some of these drivers as Brandon Showers trying to get eyes on Brandon. Looks like Brandon is wrecking, so we're going to switch over to Keaton Cox. Whoa, Keaton Cox involved in it as well. Benjamin Richards of VRX running clean, running clean. Always running a clean car. All right, well, we'll be right back with you. We're going to jump over to a quick commercial. Yes, indeed. We're talking about the AdminBoxx. Newest commercial. Running tonight for the first time on the Highline Racing Network. I hope you guys enjoy it.
AdminBoxx is built by iRacers for iRacers, for use in league and hosted races.
Connected to iRacing simulation.
The goal? To make race control as easy as possible. Each AdminBoxx features pre-programmed commands, no key binding. Get your discount code and go to adminboxx.com.
watching these guys head on by.
That's what she said.
Yes, sir. Looks like.
Hey,
Yes, sir. We got you.
I don't know if you can. We can't hear you on the broadcast, just FYI.
You should be able to now. If you would, please check.
Sounds good.
All right.
If I return, it means something's wrong.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Looks like we had the mic muted there for a brief moment. Not long. Not long. Let me know if you're hearing everything now. Yes, indeed. Please let me know if you're hearing us now. We're jumping over here to a different angle here with Donnie Beach as we jump over and check out Hunter Wellborn now of Helix Motorsports. Still waiting to get an update. All right. Yes, indeed. Things going well. Watching these guys as they're making moves. Gonna check out Randy Showers now. Randy Showers there in the Primex 22. They're on the high side. His son Brandon Showers in the 5 right there and behind him. Currently the Primex team got Brandon Showers, Randy Showers, and Ryan Wilson. Yet to have seen Kyle Cameron and Craig Rowe. Fastest 5-lap average so far, Chris James. Best lap though, Trevor Haley with a 28.65. Nick Bauman right behind him. Whoa, these boys are getting after it here tonight. Daryl Sabalos in the house. Daryl Sabalos of Rowdy Racing. Don't know if I've seen too many of his teammates out here yet. No, I have not. Looks like just the Sabalos at the moment. Vincent Guerrero of Helix Motorsports ran a very impressive race this past week, or I should say this last race at Echo Park. Didn't quite get the finish he wanted, but he definitely let everybody know he's somebody to really watch out for. This guy can definitely run with the best. Shane Hatfield right here, currently in 26th in practice, as we're looking at about 15 minutes to go. You know what? Hey, we're gonna go ahead and do it. We're pushing it out. Here goes the latest episode from the show, and then before too much longer, we're gonna head on down and check out the fans and the crew chiefs. But right here, the newest episode of the show.
You hear that roar, roll through the sky. Feel that ground shake now.
Welcome back to the show. Echo Park was a wild one, and we got all the action and more for you. Give them what they want, Dan.
Man, it really was wild at Highline's David Boyer Memorial 175. Let's hear from some of the drivers.
I may not win every race, but each one I do win is for you, Dad. Miss you so much.
Brother, it just is not the same these days without one of the sport's biggest fans here. But I know he is still up there watching every lap.
I never met David, but the man Lark is. Tells me he was a great man that is missed dearly by the sport.
I know you're ready to see how the stage went down, But first, a quick word from AdminBoxx.
Bruh, Sprag killed this car last night. Seriously doubt this car won the stage, but I want to see. Let's check it out.
As Vincent Guerrero taking us to lap 88. We're 2 laps to the stage now. On the backstretch, Vincent, Cody Needles, Bryce Hinton, Trevor Haley, Greg Rowe. 2 dark horse, should say a dark horse and a Primex up front at the moment. And the caution flag is out. And right there, that's gonna set the tone for the stage right then and there. So we're looking at Vincent Guerrero. Wow.
Congratulations, guys.
Lap 87.
I can't help but wonder
Taking us to
how it would have
88.
went down had the caution not have came out. It's time to see who took home the checkered flag. That last lap had us all on our feet and the crowd was roaring. See for yourself.
Going on board with Craig Rowe of Primex. Whoa, white flag is out. This is all she wrote. This is gonna be it. Out of the backstretch, Craig Rowe now taking the lead. Dylan Jones, Bryce Hinton, Vincent Guerrero, Randy Showers, all right there. Whoa, looks like the 20 going around. Craig Rowe, Prime X has taken it right here, pulling it down. We're on board with the man, and just like that, he takes the win. Wow, Craig Rowe, Bryce Hinton, Randy Showers, Ross Campoli, and Vincent Guerrero, our top 5. Linking up with his teammate Randy Showers as these guys are getting into it.
You wouldn't have a league without some drama. We are headed down to pit road to see who went after Jason Branch.
Hell yeah! I dedicate this win to Timothy Tyler. Bet you regret making me a free agent now. And how are you going to say you couldn't turn? Braking is more what you need to learn. I was on the limit. I couldn't brake. That's a lie. You didn't even try to brake. Hey, settle down. Screw you, Donnie. Get out of my way.
Time to see all the stats and standings. All right, race fans, the top 3 in the David Boyer Memorial. Craig Rowe takes the win, Bryce Hinton second, Randy Showers third. And get this, 18 cautions. This race was a total mess. But hey, that's racing for you. Hilarious.
Look at Ryan Wilson at the top. 0 wins and still beating everyone. Chris James in 8th is consistently mediocre. And Craig Rowe at 44 has a win. How does that even work? Brian Hennings is dropping faster than my GPA. Still actively avoiding the top 10. Grant Wesley is just happy to be here. Consistency, folks. Ethan down in 5th actually won twice. Winning is overrated. Exactly. Why work hard when you can hardly work? I can't believe Bryce Hinton is ahead of Eric Hayden. It is pure comedy. Eric is 10 times the driver. Bryce must be paying the scorers. Points don't buy talent, and Bryce is broke.
All right, so check this out. VRX is leading the pack, but man, Prime X is breathing down their necks. And Dark Horse, well, they just threw a shoe.
What a show! The league goes on a 2-week break, so we will see you after the Charlotte race on August 9th. Please like and subscribe, homies. See ya!
All right, I'm back with you. We don't have too much longer. We're looking at about 7 more minutes before we get to qualifying, and then, of course, the drivers will break after that for the drivers' meeting with Jim Sagredo. Taking a look at Discord, making sure we see Jerry Facet's on board with race control. Outstanding. Looks like we got a team tonight. Watching a few of these guys come around now. Brandon Bikey's out here. Brandon Bikey. All right, Brandon Bikey is showing up with his team. Jim Sagredo, the voice of Highline. Watching him go by there in his 21 with the coolest front hood around. Check that out. Yes, 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 it is that time. It's time to head down and link up with some of the Highline reporters. Get down in there, talk with some of the fans and some of the crew chiefs, as well as we got word from Evan Perry. So we're going to check all that out. We're going to check it all out right now.
Why Cody Neagles? Because he is absolutely the best driver on this track. How far are you guys willing to go for Cody?
We will fly forever with Neagles.
How crazy are these fans?
We are the Sir Charles Viking Pack.
And this is how we chant for him.
Hoo-ha! Charles Fletcher! Hoo-ha! Let's go! Charles! Sir Charles! Sir Charles! Sir Charles! Sir Charles!
Bill Daniels completely wrecked me out there, and then he had the nerve to lie about it. Well, guess what, Bill? I know judo. Watch out for my judo chop.
You guys must be huge fans of Justin Crowe.
Oh, absolutely. We're in the same Cars and Coffee Club. We're so proud of him. Known him since he was in go-karts. He's taking it all home tonight.
Some fans don't think your car club is cool.
Are you kidding me? We get all the ladies.
Tough break for Ethan Moreno dropping spots last week.
Yes, it was a hard weekend, but we learned a lot from it. Tonight, I expect a very good race from him.
So what about Ethan's favorite race day dish?
Oh, he always eats these very spicy chilaquiles. I think it makes him drive faster because he really needs to find a bathroom. We are a driver short, and what does ownership do? They go and start a broadcasting network. I'm a drummer, I need a full band, I need another driver, not a TV crew.
All right. Well, there you have it. We heard from some of the crew chiefs. We heard from Josh McKinney's crew chief. We heard from Ethan Moreno's. We heard from some fans, Evan Perry, the likes, man. Hope you guys enjoy that. There's another thing that the Highline brings to the table that tries to make, you know, our league stand out a little bit. So what we can do, it's definitely what we can do. All right, looking at it, we got about 4 minutes left. As we're looking at Josh McKinney there, Josh McKinney always on the guitar for the Highline. Josh McKinney in a chromed out blue ride tonight. Watching him move around the track. Love that car, Josh. Really, I do. I think at this time, I'm going to go ahead and bring in race control. See if we can't hear from race control. Get his prediction for the race. Jerry Fassett, I got you in the booth. You got comms?
I got you, Tommy.
Yes, indeed, man. Well, here we are at Charlotte for 175 laps in the AdminBoxx 175. We've had some practices here. You know, I feel like as a network, as a league, you know, we've gone a little bit above and beyond, you know, to provide drivers with an opportunity to excel here tonight. I can tell you from experience, I don't think too many took advantage of that. But let's get your tell us what do you predict for tonight?
Well, like you said, we had that practice race and about half the field showed up and it was not the greatest. And tonight we're going to have twice as many drivers. And I think as the tires wear, it's going to be a battle of attrition and who can hang on to that fast repair.
Yeah, I would agree with you there. I definitely think we're going to definitely see a battle of attrition. But we know there's a few drivers out there that are definitely going to set themselves apart. You know, notably Trevor Haley. I don't know if I've seen Ethan Moreno in the lineup tonight. Have you?
No, I have not. And yes, I will agree with you on Trevor Haley and Nick Bowen. I think are going to probably be the rabbits tonight. Looking at practice here, looks like Justin Crowe is keeping up with him. He's not too far behind him.
Oh no, we know Justin Crowe. You know, anything that worth you know, managing the throttle and the brake, any kind of track like that, Justin is definitely going to be a top 10 contender for sure.
Yeah, without a doubt. And in that practice race, the Prime X drivers, the father and son team of the Showers, I thought they did pretty excellent as well. So I predict them to be up front as well, right along with DHR.
Indeed, indeed. And before I let you go, we got one other new driver in the league right now is Kenwood Ramsey. You know, just coming on board with LBS, getting picked up as vice president over there, running the 54. You've seen him in action. You've talked to him a few times. What do you think? What do you expect to see from him tonight?
Well, if he can keep his emotions in check and just stay calm, I think he's got some raw talent. He's young. He can't get worked up and, you know, and drive over his head. That's the only thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, you guys heard it right there from Race Control. That's Jerry Fassett of Blind Squirrel Media. We'll get you moved back down to Race Control, Jerry, and we look forward to talking with you soon.
Copy that, man. Have a good one.
All right. Well, practice is just now wrapping up as we speak. The horn has sounded. Checkered flag for the practice is out. As we're getting ready to move over into qualifying, but before we get to that, taking a look at some of the facts here with Charlotte Motor Speedway, as we're looking at a 1.5 mile with a 24-degree bank. We're looking at the home of the Coca-Cola 600 since 1960. You know, Dale Earnhardt Jr. won 5 Cup Series races here, and as well as 3 All-Star races. And, you know, Charlotte holds a little special place with me, as well as my very first win upon getting iRacing was here in Charlotte. All right, moving over to the keys to success by Pedley's Garage. They're telling us over there at the Pedley's Garage, it says, smooth is fast. Charlotte rewards rhythm. Keep it clean, keep it fast. Tire management. These guys get 5 sets. Save those tires early, he says, and cash them in late. Pick your lane. He says the grooves. There's 3 grooves, 1 winner, nowhere to move. And don't be that guy. If you, he says, we're talking Eric Aiden in the 100 car. He owns the Pedley's Garage, and he's the primary sponsor for the Highline Racing Network. And he says, don't be that guy. If you wreck me for 18th, I'll find you in Discord. And so will Jerry. Yes, indeed. The Squirrel Report will come out on you quick from Blind Squirrel Media. All right. Taking a look here. The practice results are in. So we'll pull that up. Take a look real quick at some of the practice results. As some of the practice results here showing Trevor Haley, Nick Bauman, and Brandon Showers. Brandon Showers with Primex, but sister team 2 Dark Horse dominating practice. All right, now, as the sun is really starting to come down now, we see Ross Campoli making his way around the track. Dylan C. Jones from VRX filling in for Jared Philpott. Cody Neagles. Cody Neagles, one of the stars. One of the stars of the VRX squad. Randy Showers still going around here in the 22. Getting the car's audio back up and running. We got a shout out from the, looks like from Benjamin Richards. Big shout out. Says #1 fan is Taylor Duncan. All right. Trying to get eyes here on Trevor Haley. As Trevor Haley, last season's champion here on the I-Line. Just dominant everywhere the man goes. Ryan Wilson popping up here in the 23. We're talking about the Wolf here from Prime X. Trying to lay down a good qualifying lap. Has definitely expressed his concern with this week. Just putting in the effort. Going to see if he can try to pull in a top 10. Somebody named Anthony says, why am I here? I don't know. But it's glad to have you. This is Joshua McKinney finishing up his qual lap as we're approaching that time. I think we're going to go ahead and get over to the national anthem. and we'll be back with you momentarily.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the
All right, we are back with you as we're now down into the warm-up time, as all the drivers are in the booth with Jim as they're going through all the rules. You know, that driver meeting is extremely important, and they may end up speeding it up if all the drivers are tracking what's going on, but no guarantees there. As we're looking over here, some facts for tonight's race. We're looking at the Wolf, Ryan Wilson. Yeah, he sits atop the standings with 211 points, and had some serious momentum this season. But, you know, you got the Bear, you got Hinton, Haley. These guys are all right there. Nick Bauman. These guys are really pushing after him. But, you know, outside of the P5, you know, going further back, P25 is 74 points back. So, you know, it's time to check those mirrors, folks. The gap is huge. As far as projections go, last year's champ is who we're projecting to win tonight for his very first win on the Highline. The big one is brewing in turn 3. Of course it is, you know. That's a recipe for chaos. Expect at least one big one throughout the course of the night. And it's going to flip the top 10 upside down. It surely will. So get the popcorn ready. Expect some mayhem. And enjoy tonight's show. Taking a look at our results for qualifying. Brandon Bikey of TWRS pulling down the pole position. Brandon Showers and Trevor Haley. Looking at Nick Bauman, Juanis Camilla, Matt Brown, Larkin Boyer, Evan Perry, Chris James, and Randy Showers. These guys are going to round it out. Just over 6 minutes more to go. We got to jump over to a commercial, so we'll be right back with you.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
All right. All right, checking it out now. Still just over 5 minutes to go before we see it. So we're going to rehash some of the stats. You're looking at last week as Craig Rowe was first, Bryce Hinton second, Randy Showers third in the David Boyer Memorial 175 at Echo Park, with Randy Schweitzer pulling down a hard charger award. Most laps led was also Craig Rowe. Grant Wesley picking up fastest lap, and Bryce Hinton picking up the pole. Unfortunately, Grant Wesley will not be with us tonight as he's being subbed out due to availability for Brandon Bikey tonight. And taking a look now as we're going to go back over to the race, see if we can't get eyes on Scott Wise. Scott Wise there in the Lakeside 31 coming out on track for get a few laps of practice in. Javon Thompson making his debut in the league tonight as well. Javon Thompson with LBS taking a look to see if he's out on track yet. It's not looking like he actually is. We've got him up now. Coming out on track. Javon Thompson filling in tonight for Helix Motorsports captain Bryce Hinton. Juan Escamilla running in a 99 M&M's car tonight. Jeremy Jeffries sneaking in, as well as Joshua Sprague and Matthew Graham. Gonna see what kind of teammates showed up here for Sabalos tonight. Looks like there might be a slight issue. So we're going to go to commercial and see if we can't get it situated.
AdminBoxx is built by iRacers for iRacers for use in league and hosted races.
Connected to iRacing simulation.
The goal? To make race control as easy as possible. Each AdminBoxx features pre-programmed commands, no key binding. Get your discount code and go to adminboxx.com.
All right, looks like we got it situated. Gonna check this out one more time here with the teammates. Matthew Graham, Joshua Sprague, Daryl Sabalos, and Aaron Trubig in the field tonight. This will be big for Daryl Sabalos, who's really had it out this week with several of the drivers, including Evan Perry and Monday Night League driver Evan Fuqua. Looks like the warm-up should be coming to an end soon. Benjamin Richards here in the 56 for VRX. As we're looking for the LBS Director of Operations there in the 82, Chris James. Aaron Trubig of Rowdy Racing out here in the Skittles 18. Good to see you, sir. We spoke of the drama between Evan Perry and a lot of drivers. Primarily, though, Evan Perry's drama, I should say, is with Bill Daniels. And the warm-up has completed. Indeed, we're getting ready to do this. All right. Here we go. Starting it out tonight in row 1, Brandon Bikey and Brandon Showers. In row 2, Trevor Haley and Nick Bauman. In row 3, Juan Escamilla and Matt Brown. Picking up 7 and 8 is Larkin Boyer and Evan Perry. Chris James and Randy Showers in row 5. Joshua Sprague and Cody Neagles coming in row 6. Now looking here with Keaton Cox and Jason Branch. Ross Campoli and Justin Crow. For row 9, Daryl Sabalos and Vincent Guerrero. For row 10, Easton Collins and Hunter Wellborn. For row 11, Kenwood Ramsey and Donnie Beach. Jeremy Jeffries and Ryan Wilson. Timothy Tyler and Joshua McKinney. Ryan Hayes and Javon Thompson. Aaron Trubig and Eric Hayden. Dylan Jones and Brian Hennings. Scott Wise, Benjamin Richards. Kyle Cameron and Sebastian Michaels. Terry Fassett, Randy Schweitzer. All right, we are getting ready to go live right here as Brandon Bikey is gonna take us green. Green flag is out, and we are off right here on the Highline Racing Network for the AdminBoxx. Ooh, we got a big race tonight. I got to tell you, Brandon Bikey out quick. Man, these guys were really going after it now. It's like Brandon Showers making a move there on the high side as well. Oh, and the caution flag is out. Looks like Vincent Guerrero might be involved. We're going to go back and take a look. Trying to get eyes here on Vincent Guerrero. Not looking like we're going to get a good view of what went down with Vincent Guerrero, so we're going to go back live. Trevor Haley now our leader. There in the 12 with Brandon Showers right behind him. Not exactly sure what took place back there that kicked off that caution. Do know Vincent Guerrero was involved. Well, we're going to head over to our commercial and we'll be right back with you.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
All right, we're back with you. All right, well, getting some close shots up here under the lights here with several of these beautiful cars. Really surprised to see Juan Escamilla in an M&M's car tonight. Was not expecting that. As the lights are out, so we will be going green this time by, as these guys are going to be entering into the AdminBoxx. I should say entering into the Pedley start zone, and the AdminBoxx green flag will drop. Not much change from the start of the race. Larkin Boyer now into P5. All right, pace car is heading in. Trevor Haley entering into the Pedley start zone. And the AdminBoxx green flag is out, and we are back at it. Trevor Haley wasting no time, really getting after it. Brandon Bikey, though, showing that he is definitely a contender, running for SMT tonight out of Team Watson Racing. We are going to bounce around track. Kicking it back to P10 with Joshua Sprague. Joshua Sprague there in the 37. Oh, almost getting into it there with the 82. As we move back to the top 15, looking at Justin Crow here in the 86. As he's right there running next to Evan Perry. Looks like Ross Campoli coming up there on his outside, but Kenwood Ramsey, new driver with LBS, currently in 17th position. Also somebody, we expect to be a contender, as we got a wreck and the caution is out. Whoa, I do not know what that was, but we're taking it back now. Taking a look here, let's see. Trying to see what took place here with Aaron Trubig. Not seeing it there. So we're going to go over, see if we can't see Javon Thompson here. Javon Thompson there in the 93. Whoa! It looks like they get into it there. Taking that back one more time. Let's see what we got here. Not sure what happened there. But Javon gets into it. Looks like there's a little bit of a net code there as well. Got him on the back end. As we're going to see it from Ross Campoli here. And then it's just chaos as guys are trying to ditch and dodge it. It looks like they made it. As we going back live. All right, taking a look as we've got Brandon Showers, Larkin Boyer, Brandon Bikey, Juan Escamilla, and Keaton Cox. Keaton Cox rounding out our top 5. Keaton there in the 57, running for Helix Motorsports and running proud. Man. Really want to know what happened there with Ryan Wilson, though, when he went off track. Looks like he was just dodging the mayhem until he gets into it. Didn't see what got him into the wall there. We'll take that back one more second. It looks like he got ran over. Oh, he lost control, came up in front, smoked the wall. That's definitely a fast repair for Ryan Wilson. Do apologize, Bryce. We're not able to get back over to there right now. Not a whole lot of time running these tracks in between wrecks with these shorter tracks. Really got to be quick with it. And the pace car is in, and the green flag is out, and we are back at it as Brandon Showers on the bottom, leading the charge. Brandon Bikey right there with him. like the 10 driven by Larkin Boyer not far behind, sitting P3 as he's up 4 spots. Brandon Showers, Larkin Boyer, Brandon Bikey, Juan Escamilla, and Matt Brown now. Our top 5. Man, we're really going to have to figure out what happened with Haley. Next chance we have. I think we might have a little bit of time. We're going to see if we can't get over and see what happened with Trevor Haley earlier. There it is. We have found it. Hope. Does indeed look like this is going to suffice for what we were looking for as the 97. Whoa, I can't tell if the 97 got into him there. We're going to have to come here, or did he lose control? He did. He got on the apron, lost control, and it forced the 97 into him. Looks like he did not get significant damage, however, as we're going back live. Glad we found that. As Brandon Showers, Larkin Boyer, Brandon Bikey, Juan Escamilla, and Matt Brown leading the charge right now. Taking a look at the chat, looks like Bryce Hinton is saying that was huge, and Bauman got collected as well. They'll be up front at the end, I'm sure. We got the Ostrich. Good to see you, sir. Haven't heard from you in quite some time. Welcome back. Let us know in the chat if you've gotten your wheel and if you've started racing yet. Getting eyes on Easton Collins, newest LBS driver here tonight, filling in for Brock Piper. Should be sitting in the 51. Easton Collins currently in 9th in the top 10. Very impressive. As Kyle Cameron sitting 15th. There in the 55 on the high side. Looking for, we got Nick Bauman here. Nick Bauman, after starting 4th, has dropped back to 19th. It'll be interesting to see how long it's going to take him to get back to the front if he's able. Trevor Haley, just the same, as we're going to go on board. On board here with Trevor Haley as he's running behind Daryl Sabalos at the moment. Oh, looks like he gets into Daryl Sabalos there. No harm, no foul. These guys do save it. But what a battle right now. We watch these two guys side by side. No give, no give. Looks like Haley might have run the 9 up the wall just a tad there as they really were getting into it. Waiting to see if Daryl's going to drop down below. There he goes. Doesn't make such an aggressive move as Trevor Haley is able to maintain his position and starting to pull away from the 9. Javon Thompson here Looks like Javon Thompson into 93.
On the race right now. Sunday night race.
Sounds like we may have somebody in the booth with us, getting them out. Looks like we had a guy named TJ Lund that jumped into the broadcast booth unannounced. Not good, not good. Getting eyes on Cody Neagles now. Got somebody in the chat saying, can't get Trevor Haley held down. We're going to see where they're at. We're going to keep tabs on them. Well, we got Jim Segredo pulled up right now, currently in 30th. The Wolf in the Prime X23 right behind him. And the caution flag is out. Oh, wow. Two Highline guys are into it. We're taking that back right now. It looks like Justin Crow, Cody Neagles, several guys involved. Here on Cody Neagles, going full speed. Looked like that might have been Evan Perry up in front of him that may have lost it. Gonna try to take that back. Not exactly sure if that was Evan Perry. We got the 16 here. I do believe that was Evan Perry, but we're going to move over and catch this wreck from Justin Crow. It may have been Justin Crow, actually. Justin Crow, they're in the 86. Really getting into it, really losing it. Not much space there for him. Gets into the wall, and then it's all she wrote. As the 0-1, it looks like his teammate of Jeremy Jeffries gets into him. And then from there, Eric Hayden gets involved a little bit here out in the grass. As we know, he gets into it with his teammate of Jim Segredo here. A pretty hard shot. Timothy Tyler also involved here, as we're going to take a look at what happened with him. Gonna have to take that back just a little bit more, as the 83 really rocked here. Sees the wreck out in front. Guys are getting on it. He does not, and is destroyed. Also by Eric Hayden. I did not realize Eric took such a hard shot prior to getting into it with Jim Segredo, as we're going back live. Looks like we'll be going back green this time by with Larkin Boyer, Matt Brown, Kenwood Ramsey, Chris James, and Brandon Showers, our top 5. Indeed, looking at the chat, they're calling for the brakes. I would agree. I definitely would agree. All right, pace car's lights are out, as Larkin is going to take us into the Pedley start zone. And the AdminBoxx green flag is out. We're back green, taking us to lap 30 of 150. Watching these guys head down the backstretch now. Larkin Boyer leading the way. His teammate, newcomer Kenwood Ramsey, making a big push to the front now as well. Looking at these guys' last times, well, it turns out they have not pitted as of yet. A lot of drivers pitted back on lap 27, but they elected to stay out. So looking at our lap leaders tonight so far, Brandon Showers with 18 laps led. Gonna see what kind of movement Trevor Haley has made it back up into the top 10. Checking out the repairs. It looks like Jim Segrito with significant repairs. Randy Schweitzer as well. This is going to bid very poorly for the Highline team. Checking out pit stop stats. We already know Larkin and his teammate did not pit, but Brandon Showers, he took 2 tires on his last stop. Kenwood is falling back along with his teammate Larkin Boyers. Brandon Showers there in the mix on the high side. These guys are neck and neck, really on it. Getting close to the wall as we watch Brandon Showers there. Larkin is essentially conceded as he's moved up to the high side as well. The DHR team management talking about not much opportunity to break in some of those circumstances. I will check on that, Bryce. Taking a look at your message in chat. Whoa! The caution flag has come out just as we were trying to adjust some things. Not looking like we're going to be able to do it just that way, but we're going to head over and take a look at the crash now, as we got Hunter Wellborn involved here. Waiting to see if he makes it. If he gets hit, it looks like he does clear. Cody Neagle's involved. Cody Neagle's there in the 16 on the high side as he starts losing control, trying to avoid hitting Hunter Wellborn there. He gets into it. Jeremy Jeffries included. As we'll see it one more time from Jeremy Jeffries' view. Gonna take that back. Not a whole lot Jeremy could do there. The guys were coming quick on the high side. He was kind of stuck. You could definitely see he was getting on the brakes. Took a hard shot there at the end. But I think he'll survive to stay on track. As we're back live. All right, taking a look here, we got Brandon Showers, Juan Escamilla, Nick Bauman, Trevor Haley, Randy Showers, all back up front now. Taking a look at chat. You absolutely, they're asking if you can get a DNF in here. You absolutely can. Each driver only has one fast repair. Taking a look at a question, they're asking about the Helix Motorsports drivers. Gonna find one and we'll take a look at what they got going on right now. We got only 3 tonight, it looks like, with Keaton Cox in 7th, Hunter Wellborn, and Ross Campoli. But we also got Javon, who's not pulling up just yet. And we're going back green. And Brandon Showers doing the honors right here with Nick Bauman right behind him. Nick Bauman, Juan Escamilla right there in the mix too with Trevor Haley. We got one in the wall back there as we're going to go on board with Trevor Haley now. Currently on board now with Trevor Haley. Not looking like Trevor Haley is itching to make a move right now with essentially his teammates all out in front of him here. taking a look here at Shane Hatfield, currently in 21st. Ryan Wilson here in Prime X, looking at 17th. Brian Hennings of VRX in the top 10 now. Chris James, who was very dominant, showed a lot of upside in practice this week. Currently setting in 25th right now. Brandon Bikey there in the 27 of TWRS, filling in on the SMT team tonight. These guys are really setting a pace now. They're finding their groove. We're taking a look now at Justin Crow. See if we can get eyes on a few others. Joshua McKinney, currently in 38. And Javon Thompson. Now moving back around, we got Brian Hayes in the mix. We have not seen Brian Hayes in quite some time. Currently running 37. I do believe he was on vacation once again. He's definitely got the contingency packs across the hood. He really does. Watching Brian Hayes there in a 47 as he's coming around. Lap 50 of 150 in the bag. Our stage will be at lap 90. I am going to double check. There was a mix-up on the stage laps, though, so I'm going to talk to race control here momentarily and find out if our stage is going to change. It very well could move. Brandon Showers running definitely the fastest car tonight. Taking a look right now at the lap leader as he's now up to 38 laps led. Trevor Haley, last year's champion, closest to him, and his sister team with 7 laps. Still looking. We got somebody in chat asking about if there's a driver named Gabe. Sorry, we have no Gabes in our race tonight. And good try, my friend. Good try. Brandon Showers just dominating. One lap after the next, one turn. Really starting to gap Nick Bauman now, Trevor Haley, Juan Escamilla, all of them. All right, moving on. Going to take a look at some of these drivers. We have not had Sebastian Michaels pulled up tonight. It's Sebastian Michaels right here, currently in 23rd. Watching him make moves, we see Shane Hatfield in the 15 coming underneath him with Brian Hayes as well making a move. Looks like Brian might be starting to get a feel for the track. Really probably wishing he would have got some of that practice time in this week, but life got in the way. Trevor Haley now passed by his teammate in the 99. We got the 0-0 up there of Jason Branch. Jason Branch currently in 6th. Here on the nose with Jason Branch, currently running 6th, right here by the Namato Casino car, driven by last year's champ, Trevor Haley. Not it. Oh, they're getting into it. The 0-0 gets into it. I want to see that one more time at a different angle really quick. Just a love tap as we're back live. That could have proved crucial for the 12. I do believe he may have used a faster pair, but I'm not positive. Nick Bauman now battling up front with Brandon Showers there in a 5. These guys are side by side. Looks like the Prime X5 concedes the position. 97 of Nick Bauman riding the Dente here on the high line. Taking the lead. Fastest 5, Brandon Showers, Larkin Boyer, Nick Bauman, Trevor Haley, and Randy Showers. Taking a look in the chat, it says has anyone been released from the infield medical center? I don't know. Getting eyes on Randy Schweitzer of RSI Broadcasting running with us tonight. Randy currently in 27th after starting 38 tonight. Going to get eyes on Brian Hennings. Brian Hennings, a captain for VRX. Still maintaining a top 10 position. Currently in 9th after starting 32nd tonight. Matthew Brown. Very controversial driver. Very vocal. Gets into it with a lot of drivers from time to time. In the league as well as hosted. But He's definitely found his own. He's proven that he can be a competitive driver. He definitely can pull down the wins. I've seen him do it. Aaron Trubig of Rowdy Racing. He's sitting currently in 17th with Daryl Sabalos up front in 11th. Hunter Wellborn currently in 19th. All right, I think what we're going to do now is we're going to head over into the blimp so we can hear a little bit better. And we are going to get Jerry Fassett in the booth for just a moment. Jerry Fassett, you're in the booth. You got a moment?
Yes, I do, buddy.
Hey, we're just curious. With the lap change, if you will, trying to find out. We initially had set the stage for 90. Have you heard, or is there any way we can get in touch with and find out that answer?
Yes, Jim and I discussed it, and we decided to split it in half and went with lap 75.
Lap 75. All right. Thank you so much. I'll get you moved back down.
Okay.
All right, you guys heard it. Lap 75 will be the stage break. There will not be a caution during this stage. It's just for points. Top 5 drivers all gaining points. Getting a question from the chat. It looks like they're asking, what is our favorite paint scheme on track tonight? Well, I gotta say, of course, the Jim Sagredo dented front end. I love this car. This is one of the front runners, as well as Joshua McKinney. I love the Joshua McKinney car tonight. Beautiful car. Nick Baumann still out front, leading the show, but Juan Escamilla starting to, get a feel for it as well as he's starting to make his move. Nick Baumann just dominant now as he's jumping up the leaderboards for laps led as he's now up to 14. Kind of waiting to see if Juan Escamilla is going to be able to make a move on his teammate. But we're coming to the stage now as Nick Baumann is going to pull it down for the stage points with Juan Escamilla, Brandon Showers, Matt Brown, and Jason Branch all pulling in points. Outstanding work. So 5 points will go to Nick Baumann with Jason Branch picking up 1 point. And everybody else in between. It looks like with the stage 1, though, now Nick Bauman not trying to push it as hard, allowing, it looks like, his teammate Juan Escamilla to drop down in front of him. Maybe not. These guys might be battling. Nick Bauman and these guys, looks like they're coming up on Joshua McKinney. Here in the Highline blimp, is the 99 giving his teammate there in the 97 a good bump as these guys are coming off the bottom line. And of course, moving right up to that Highline. Jumping around, kind of curious to see where some of these newer drivers are at. Looking for, let's see, Kenwood here currently in 12th, just outside of the top 10. I would say if he gets a top 10 tonight, that will be a success. I'm not exactly sure what his ambition is, what his goal is for tonight, outside of course winning the race. But I do believe at the end of the day, being realistic, he's probably going with a top 10 finish. Whoa! Shane Hatfield-Nimmer getting into it just as we switch over. So we're bringing that back right now to take a look at that. Wow. One more time. We might switch it up and see it from another driver's perspective here. It's going to see what went down with Easton Collins. I have to take this back a tad bit further. Oh, Hunter Wellborn in the 86 getting into it, kicking that off. As we're going back live. All right, well, the caution is out. So we're going to head over to a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with you momentarily.
Gear up for the season with the latest Highline Racing Network merch. Check it out and shop now. Get your gear for real right here at this link, or find it in the Discord channel.
You know, if you were not blind, you would have saw the big one coming as a result of the random taking it 4 wide.
If you would have had the blind squirrel 4 wide glasses, you would have seen us there, buddy. Either you just suck or you're 4 wide blind. Head to Harbor Freight and pick up a pair today.
A lot of guys electing to stay out. like Matt Brown is being scored as the leader. Taking a look at some pit stop stats here is Brandon Showers and Matt Brown quickest guys out with two tires. Juan Escamilla with 4, as well as Nick Bauman. Looks like several drivers confused, needing to go around to catch to the pace car. Should say to the back end of the pack at this point. The weather for tonight, we're looking at 64 degrees with a 72-degree track temp. All right, Matt Brown and Brandon Showers is going to take us into the Pedley start zone for the AdminBoxx green flag drop. As they're going to be taking us to lap 84 now, and just like that, the caution is out. It looks like, I thought the caution was out. I guess the caution did not go out, but it did look like Brandon Showers might have gotten turned. I do believe we have to go back and see what happened there. Taking it back old school really quick to the start. Got to get on to Brandon Showers. Not sure what happened with him. He gets into the wall there. So we're going to go far chase and see if we see it here. Oh, he goosed it. Lost control. As we're back live, we just had to see what our lap leader had going on. But just like that, Nick Bauman out to the front quick. Got eyes on Keaton Cox now, currently in 15th. After, oh, and Larkin Boyer's going around. Several guys involved. Chris James, his teammate. Keaton Cox is involved. Looks like Ryan Wilson just stays out of it as we jump over here to Hunter Wellborn. Hunter Wellborn there in the 66. Loses control. And away he goes, the 55 getting into the wall. Several guys trying to dodge. As we're going to go and take a look at a couple more, we see Joshua McKinney of LBS also involved. Whoa, got onto that apron and just lost it as Segredo gets into him. See it one more. We'll see, let's see, Larkin Boyer. All right, take it from here. We'll watch Larkin Boyer. See what happens here with him. He also loses it, tries to save it, but it gets away from him. And he tags the 100 car. Watching as these guys are trying to get out of here. All right, guys, we're gonna head over to a commercial break. Looking at the chat though, they're saying broadcasters curse. Man, I kind of feel it. It happens quite a bit. I'm not gonna lie, but we'll be back with you.
AdminBoxx is built by iRacers for iRacers, for use in league and hosted races.
Connected to iRacing simulation.
The goal? To make race control as easy as possible. Each AdminBoxx features pre-programmed commands, no key binding. Get your discount code and go to adminboxx.com.
All right. I think we're going to go by one more time as Nick Bauman, Juan Escamilla, Brian Hennings, Dylan Jones, and Matt Brown will be our top 5 as we go back green. And we're going to go real quick over to a quick short commercial and we'll be right back with you.
Before I had left turn lightning, I finished 18th. Now I still finish 18th, but way faster. Does it help with braking?
Braking? We don't do that here.
Left turn lightning energy fuel. Official drink of Highline Racing Network. Full send approved.
Let it in. Lights come on, engines humming low. Friday night, yeah, the whole town.
All right, we're back with you as we're getting ready to go back green. All right, pace car is going to be heading in now. Oh, I do apologize. Looks like the caution has been extended. Well, in that case, just in case you missed the fans from earlier, we'll show you again.
Why Cody Neagles? Because he is absolutely the best driver on this track. How far are you guys willing to go for Cody?
We will fly forever with Neagles! How crazy are these fans?
We are the Sir Charles Viking Pack.
And this is how we chant for him.
Hoo-ha! Charles Fletcher! Hoo-ha! Let's go! Charles! Sir Charles! Sir Charles! Sir Charles! Sir Charles!
Bill Daniels completely wrecked me out there, and then he had the nerve to lie about it. Well, guess what, Bill? I know judo. Watch out for my judo chop.
You guys must be huge fans of Justin Crowe.
Oh, absolutely. We're in the same Cars and Coffee Club. We're so proud of him. Known him since he was in go-karts. He's taking it all home tonight.
Some fans don't think your car club is cool.
We're cutting it short just to make sure. But the pace car's lights are still on. We will be going back green this time, though, for sure. These shorter tracks don't have near as much time to do things as we like. Juan Escamilla, Nick Bauman, Brian Hennings, Dylan Jones, and Jason Branch, our top 5. With Matt Brown, Cody Neagles, Randy Showers, Evan Perry, and Kenwood Ramsey rounding out the top 10. All right, we're heading back green now. Nick Bauman doing the honors with his teammate in the M&M's 99 on the high side with a horrible jump as Brian Hennings gets an outstanding jump, gets out in front of the 99. Waiting to see how these guys are going to stack it up. Nick Bauman, really impressive. Trevor Haley, though, showed a lot of promise early, has dropped back extensively. We got sights on him right now as he drops below Daryl Sabalos there in the Rowdy 9 car. Hunter Wellborn with serious damage. Trying to get a better shot of it. Looks like that's going to be the best we get. Eyes on Vincent Guerrero now. They're in the 41 VRX driver. Looks like Kyle Cameron is a lap down as he's trying to bid for a lucky dog. Currently has Aaron Trubig and Chris James to get in front of. Chris James not far from him at the moment, but it looks like Aaron Trubig has got a decent little lead on him at the moment here. Benjamin Richards here in the 56 from VRX. Watching him there on the high side with Brian Hayes right there underneath him. Jeremy Jeffries just a few car lengths behind. Definitely got some front end damage heavily in the front and on that right side. Brian Hayes looks like he's got a little bit of front end damage, but nothing too serious. TWRS across the back. Timothy Tyler looks like he may have retired. Ross Campoli as well. As we're here now with 7th place driver Jason Branch of Torque Wrench Motorsports. Taking a look at his teammates out here tonight. Matt Brown, Jason Branch, Scott Wise, and Shane Hatfield lining in the card for Torque Wrench Motorsports tonight. Eric Hayden suffered some significant damage. Definitely just trying to finish the race at this point. Down 3 laps. Jim Sagredo also suffered quite a bit of damage early on as he is 5 laps down currently. Didn't link back up with the front now though, as we're going to take a look at our Wrench Wranglers with Jim Segredo leading the pack with 5 laps down at 12 minutes worth of damage that he's still working on. Eric Hayden's doing what he can, trying to stay alive. And we're going to go on board now with Kenwood Ramsey. Kenwood right behind Trevor Haley, waiting to see if he can make any kind of progress here. Kenwood runs a very smooth wheel. I do believe there's a lot of upside for this driver. Signing on with LBS, you know, coming into the corporate office as well, getting the vice president of the team. I mean, wow, this guy's got a lot on his plate early, I'll tell you that. Good to see you, Kenwood, though, out here in the 54, running strong for LBS. Currently inside the top 10 in 9th place. Trying to get eyes on Javon Thompson. Not sure if he was able to survive. Javon sitting in the pits currently. Larkin Boyer currently in 18. Larkin racing out of Horton, Alabama. Hopping over here with SMT's captain in the 72, Evan Perry, racing out of Charleston, South Carolina. We're going to try out something new. Take a look at the screen. We're looking at Nick Bauman, currently in first, started 4th. And we're going to try this. See what it does. We had it up. Nick Bauman is definitely out here killing it. I'm not even kidding. Juan Escamilla. Last season, early on, was the most dominant driver in Highline. Took some time off. Came back, still finished well, but was not able to overtake his teammate of Trevor Haley. Now, he's back here killing it as well. What the man? We got the 78 out here. Randy Schweitzer representing RSI Broadcasting, the broadcaster for the Monday night Highline Racing Network League. Randy Schweitzer's got a full-blown new broadcast. Definitely check it out. A lot of great things happening over at RSI, and glad to have him on board with Highline. Our buddy, Randy Schweitzer. Nick Bauman taking us to lap 111 of 150 tonight. Looking at a lot of guys, Eric Hayden, Jim Segredo, Shane Hatfield, Collins, Thompson, Tyler, Campoli, all out of the race tonight. Ryan Wilson hanging on, just a lap down. Definitely knew going into this. He told us out front, but we've known the man for over 10 years. We definitely knew that Charlotte is not his strong suit. But at the end of the day, the goal was if he could pull out a top 10, it'd be a success. You know, at the end of the day, we'll see what happens. Still a lot of race left as the 23 Prime X driver is trying to get back up front. Kyle Cameron, still a driver down, trying to get out front, and he just did. We caught it just in time to watch him get out in front of Aaron Trubig, now in position to win the lucky dog if there is a caution, and he is able to keep his car clean. Looking at his teammates out here, Randy, Brandon, and Ryan. Looks like Craig Rowe was the no-show. Not sure what was going on with last race's winner. Gonna pull back up here to Ryan Wilson. I wanted to shed a little light on the overall standings. As you can see, Chris James, get this out of the way, but you can see Chris James is in P8 at the moment. He's definitely set to possibly, he's kind of in that position right now where he can make a move up or down. But looking at Ryan Wilson right now, he is in jeopardy of falling significantly, probably all the way back to P4 if he's not able to get pushed back up into the top 10. As we're at 115 of 150. Taking a look at the chat. Taking a look in the chat now as we got a few guys. We got somebody cheering on the 11. The 11 driven by Donnie Beach. You know how we do it out here in the I-Line. If the fans are calling for you, we're going to show you. We're going to pull you up. Donnie Beach here currently in 20th after starting 22nd. Got a beautiful SMT car there. Also looking at the chat, they're saying 40 to go. Tire strategy is still huge. Dylan Jones is, Bryce Hinton is calling out Dylan Jones. Looking at Dylan Jones currently in 6th spot. Fill-in driver tonight for Jared Philpott. Beautiful car there as well. Not sure if this one was designed by Brian Hennings or not, but it does kind of look like his style. Daryl Sabalos fallen back, now currently in 16th. Was running up front strong early, as we're now up to lap 119, getting ready as Nick Bauman is getting ready to cross for 120. Taking a look at lap leaders as Nick Bauman is now up to lap, I should say is up to 56 laps led, going on 57. Brandon Showers, not seeing Brandon Showers right now. Brandon Showers 8, currently in 8. But his father up front, Randy Showers in the 22, currently in 3rd. let us know. Outside of Nick Bauman, kind of curious who people think might be able to pull this out. Closest guy is his teammate, Juan Escamilla. About a quarter of a second, I should say 3/4 of a second behind. Brandon Bikey started out really strong, pulling down the pole position. Now struggling to hold on to a top 10 spot, currently back in P11 at the moment. As he's making a little bit of a move, coming underneath Cody Neagles of VRX there in this beautiful 16 car. Brandon Bikey of TWRS. Trying to figure out what happened with Larkin Boyer. Trying to get eyes on Larkin Boyer now. Looks like we might have a few guys coming down pit road. Larkin Boyer, we've got a hold of him here. Larkin Boyer is on the lead lap. Currently sitting in fourth, I should say currently in 18th spot now. Sebastian Michaels, really hoping this guy will push hard, try to get into the top 10 before it's all said and done. As we're up to 23 laps to go. Looking at our top 5. We've got Nick Bauman currently in first place, racing out of Dark Horse Racing in his 97. He's passing damaged Jeremy Jeffries back there in the SMT-01. Juan Escamilla, also of Dark Horse Racing, running P2. But just shy of a second behind the leader, Matt Brown, P3, running out of Torque Wrench Motorsports. Prime X driver, Randy Showers, and another Torque Wrench Motorsports driver in Jason Branch. Our top 5. Really curious to know who you guys think might be able to win outside of Nick Bauman. Outside of Nick Bauman, who might you think has a chance? If a caution drops within this next 20, it could be crucial for Nick Bauman up front. All right, guys, we're going to run into a little bit of the crank it up, and we'll be back with you momentarily. – And the caution is out. We got Sebastian Michaels involved. We're going to go back and take a look now. Looks like Sebastian Michaels losing control. We're going to take it back one more time there. See it here. Not exactly sure why. Looks like he dropped down. Okay, he's coming off of pit road, actually. Okay, this is starting to make a little bit more sense. As Sebastian Michaels here coming off of pit road, really on it here. Was not straight. I want to reiterate, watch here. You'll see as he gooses it, his car is still at an angle. Take it back a little bit further than that. All right, here we go. You'll see as his car is still not straight, and he gives it a lot of gas, and away he goes. Luckily, nobody hits him as we're going back live. All right, that's definitely going to mix things up quite a bit now. We're watching a lot of these guys come off a pit road right now. This is going to tighten up the field. We're not exactly sure, but as this tightens up the field, Nick Bauman is going to be essentially engulfed in a lot of drivers that he probably wants to stay away from. You know, he had this in the bag if it stayed green. Now, he doesn't necessarily have it in the bag. I mean, the odds are the man still got it. But all it takes is one wrong move by him or anyone else, and he could be going around and everything changes. But looking across the field, Juan Escamilla there in the 99 M&M's car running P2. Matt Brown running outstanding tonight for Torque Wrench Motorsports. Currently in third. Randy Showers also P4, and Brandon Showers P5. So taking a look at the team dynamic, we've got, taking a look there, you got 4 and currently now 6th place, 5th place, Brandon Showers, both of Primex. And then you look at Nick Bauman, you've got 1st and 2nd with Trevor Haley lurking not far behind, just back there in P8. Man, I'd love to hear some predictions right now. But I would say outside of Nick Bauman, I would say outside of Dark Horse in general, to include sister teams with Randy Showers and Brandon Showers of Primex Racing, the Dark Horse, my next pick is indeed going to be Matt Brown. The way the man is driven all night long, if he holds it together, I do believe the man running out of Anniston, Alabama can make a move. But as we come in to the start zone, the green flag is dropped, and Nick Bauman is on the move again with Matt Brown right there with him. Watching now is Nick Bauman out of Connellsville, Pennsylvania, leading this race in the Denny 97. And the caution flag flies. Not sure. Not sure who was involved. Looked like Jim Segredo went off track. We're going to hop over and take a look there. Rewinding this, we're going to go back into a different view. Watching here is Jim Segredo, 3 wide now, 2 wide. Gets down on the apron, but holds it. Whoa, looks like he thought Hunter Wellborn might have been coming down on him. Gonna jump over here and take a look at Larkin Boyer as well. Not sure what happened with Larkin Boyer here. Larkin Boyer looks like having connectivity issues, so we're jumping off of that. And we're going back live. A lot of guys electing to pit. All right, as we're going to get ready to go back on up here with the leaders. As we're rounding it out here for the AdminBoxx 150 with 13 laps to go, you're still going to be going around one more time. I want to encourage each and every one of you guys that if you're out here racing, you're setting up races, you're hosting, you're helping admin, there's nothing better than an AdminBoxx from. So go over to AdminBoxx.com, pick up one of the latest and greatest, and you'll thank me later. If you're really interested, reach out. We'll probably be able to get you a 10% discount, but I love my AdminBoxx. Got it right here at all times. As Nick Bauman, Matt Brown, Juan Escamilla, Brandon Showers, and Randy Showers, our top 5, with Brandon Bikey just on the outside at P6, Jason Branch, Dylan Jones, who Bryce Hinton in chat made mention of just a few moments ago, in 9th, along with Cody Neagles, both PRX drivers. Pace car heading into turn 3 now. We'll be going back green, it looks like, with 11 laps to go, so just a sprint. Be interesting to see if these guys are going to be able to get through without another caution. I doubt it. I seriously doubt it. As the pace car is in, Nick Bauman is on the move as the AdminBoxx green flag is out with 11 laps to go. Matt Brown electing to try to stay right behind at all times behind Nick Bauman. But it looks like Juan Escamilla is able to get underneath, as more than likely his teammate tried to pull Juan Escamilla some there. But at the end of the day, he's got to maintain position. There's not as big of a draft in Charlotte as there are in places like Daytona and Talladega. Whoa, looks like Matt Brown almost loses it. but is able to maintain. But now the caution flag flies. Looks like Jason Branch went off track. Jason Branch there in the 0-0. Whoa. The 57 of Keaton Cox and those guys get into some serious stuff right in front of him. We're going to watch this right here in full speed just for a moment. Currently on Donnie Beach. As Donnie Beach gets destroyed, taking Jason Branch all the way to the inside wall. It looks like Jason Branch is able to save it, get back up on track. But we definitely want to see Keaton Cox here. All right, we're going to have to take this back old school. Kind of see what went down with the 57 here, as he really got into it. Whoa! It looked like somebody came right down into him. It looks like maybe Brian Hemmings. Hey, the 20's there. Oh! It looks like the 74 gets into the wall, maybe scares the 20. 20 comes down and just nails the 57. As we're back live, looking at lap leader, Nick Bauman with 78 laps led. Very, very impressive. Our pit stop stats, though, last time Nick Bauman pitted, he took fuel only along with Juan Escamilla. 2 tires for pretty much the rest of the field outside of Kenwood, as we're looking at our top 15 here. And of course, looking at our repairs, Jim Segredo still dominating that. What a race we've had here tonight, I gotta say. Several guys coming off pit road there, but man, 9 cautions to 144 laps. I expected maybe a little bit worse than this, to be honest with you. Looks like Larkin Boyer of LBS in chat. He's in the 10 car. Not happy, as he says Rowdy Racing sucks. Taking a look here. Looking for Larkin Boyer. Larkin Boyer currently 10 laps down. Very unfortunate for an outstanding driver. Like I said, man, battle of attrition. As pace cars in, and they're heading into the Pedley start zone now, waiting for the AdminBoxx green flag, and it is out. Here we go. 6 laps to go before we crown a winner here tonight in Charlotte for the AdminBoxx 150. And the caution is out once again. Wow, a lot of these guys caught up in it. We're going to take it back right here and now. See what just went down here with this guy. Donnie Beach. Donnie Beach with a lot of damage to that car. Watching here as he's coming through the turn. Takes a bump. Gets into the 10, which in turn gets him around. Looking for Justin Crow. Gonna go, actually, we're gonna jump over and check out Scott Wise. Or we're gonna try to. All right. Not getting a good shot with Scott Wise, but we'll try one more with Ryan Wilson and see if anything comes of that. Here we go. And we're here with Ryan Wilson. See quite a few cars getting into the wall up there. 72 to 16. 16 comes off the wall. Really hitting hard. The 23 destroyed numerous cars into him. Gotta see that one more time from a different angle. My goodness, the havoc. Like Brian Hayes thought he might be able to squeeze through there before it was all said and done. Unfortunate miscalculation there for the 47. Well, it's going to bring us to a green-white checker. Taking a look at our leader now, Nick Bauman. Nick Bauman, Brandon Showers, Matt Brown, Juanes Camilla, and Brandon Bikey are top 5. With Randy Showers, Kenwood Ramsey, Trevor Haley, Vincent Guerrero, and Daryl Sabalos rounding out the top 10. Checking out the chat. Looks like somebody says the Vamos Donnie. Yes, indeed. Unfortunate. Took a mega shot there. Hopefully he's doing good. If you don't mind, Shuggy Luna, reach out to him and let us know. Make sure he's in good spirits after all is said and done. Taking a look. Pace car's lights are out. We will be going green. Is this going to be it? Pace car is in. Nick Bauman, Brandon Showers bringing it into the penalty start zone, and AdminBoxx green flag is out. Here we go. 3 laps to go. Down to 2, I should say, as the 97 of Nick Bauman making a big move real quick. Matt Brown there on the bottom side trying to play his cards right. He's surrounded by Primex drivers, both on his high side now in the 22 and the 5 car. Matt Brown, not a whole lot of help as he's taking a look at it even further. He's got Trevor Haley now P5. White flag is out. This will be it. This will be it. Nick Bauman taking it onto the backstretch. We got several guys into the wall. The 99 is going around. His race is done. Coming through 3 into 4. Nick Bauman is going to take it. Nick Bauman is going to take it right here for Dark Horse Racing. Here for the AdminBoxx 150. Nick Bauman is the winner. Wow, what a win by Nick Bauman. We want to go back, if we can, see really quick. We do got an indication for Sebastian Michaels. Wow, Trevor Haley. Trevor Haley making it into P4. Looking at it now. Kenwood Ramsey. Wow, coming through. First league race here, pulling it down, picking up a top 10. As we're watching the winner, Nick Bauman, there in his Chili's Ride the Dente 97 Dark Horse car, burning it down. Outstanding. All right, well, let's pull up our results. All right, taking a look here for the AdminBoxx 150 and at Charlotte, Nick Bauman with 86 laps led is our winner and our lap leader, with Matt Brown picking up a P2 finish for Torque Wrench Motorsports. Primex, Randy Showers in the 22 P3. Hard charger for tonight, Kyle Cameron bringing it up 28 spots to finish off P7. Our fastest lap also goes to Nick Bauman, and our pole setter, of course, was Brandon Bikey. Looking across the field here, I see just Kenwood Ramsey of LBS no, I take that back. Chris James also picking up top 10s for LBS. No Highline driver here in the top 10. Daryl Sabalos, after a lot of trash talk back and forth between a lot of guys this week, picks up a P9 top 10 finish as well. But man, hat off to Nick Bauman tonight. Something else. All right, well, we're gonna start looking at bringing a couple of these guys into the booth. Let's see if we can't get Randy Showers. We got Randy Showers in the booth. You got comms?
Yes, I do.
Outstanding, man. Well, you come through, you pick up a P3 finish for Primex. You know, you had a lot of help around you there towards the end, but things went a little sour in the back there with Juan Escamilla. But the 22 car gets through, picks up a P3 finish, man. Good stuff, Randy. Give us your tale of the tape.
Yeah, it was actually a pretty good race here. I was expecting a lot more cautions than what we had here, but I'll tell you what, the guys did a really good job racing. I thought it was some pretty clean racing there throughout the race, especially up front. You know, it was just really hard racing up there. It's just so hard to pass.
Yes, indeed. Well, I had to move Matt Brown down because his mic was hot micing, but we're gonna hear from him too. So let's we're gonna bring him back up, hear from him as well, and then we're gonna get the winner in here and wrap this sucker up.
Sounds good.
All right, Matt Brown, we got you back in the booth. Your mic was hot micing there. We had to move you there for just a moment, but man, you're coming through big tonight in that 14 car for TWRS. You know, give us your tale of the tape. And I apologize, not for TWRS, but for Torque Wrench Motorsports.
It was a good race. We just had to keep it clean there and conserve tires, and me and Scott decided to pit right before one of them long runs, and we started deep, and we had come from like 20th. I think I got up to 4th before that last caution, before we started with the short runs. I thought I was actually in the good seat to maybe try and win it. Brandon kind of got into me on that one restart, and I saved it. I don't know how I did, and I lost a couple spots because I feel like Nicholas and Juan was on 2 tires. I'm not sure, but I feel like they were. But all in all, it was a good race. You know, good clean racing up front, and it was really fast paced. If you went too fast, you paid for it. You could tell. But we enjoyed it. You know, Torque Wrench, we showed up, showed out. Scott didn't probably get the finish he was wanting. Jason kind of made it back up there, but all in all, 2 in the top 10. Can't ask for more than that.
No, sir, you can't, man. And that was an outstanding race by you in that 14 car. You showed out and you proved yourself once again that you can compete with the best. And speaking of the best, we got Nick Bauman in here, Dark Horse's finest, out here in the Chili's, rides a Dente 97, picking up yet another win. Nick, you got comms?
Yeah, I do.
Outstanding work tonight, my man. Hats off to you. Impressed as always with the way you maneuver that car around the track. Just dominant tonight. 86 laps led, to include fastest lap. I mean, man, we know what happened in the race, but we want to know a little bit about the lead up. How did Nick Bauman of Dark Horse Racing get where he's at, I should say, get where you're at racing Charlotte? Was it practice? Why are you so good here?
Honestly, I don't really know. It's just did some laps earlier today, felt pretty good. Did the practice race the other night, felt pretty good about it. Some experience with the next gens at Charlotte and the 4-wide racing league. I feel like it's not that difficult of a track. It has its challenges, but I just seem like I have a little bit of a knack around here. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I wouldn't say it's a knack. I mean, we call you Mr. Talladega for a reason, and then you can come out here and you can compete with everybody on the short tracks, the road courses, the intermediates. It doesn't matter. The only thing I haven't seen you run, and I know you do, is dirt track racing, and I'm sure you're excellent there as well.
No.
Well,
you don't want to see me do a dirt race.
Maybe I don't. But, well, we'll get it back over to Randy real quick, and we'll wrap this up. Randy, we'll give you a shot to give out any final words as our P3 finisher before we move on to Matt and Nick.
Yeah, shout out to everybody that's involved in this. Good job tonight. Everybody was out there on the track. I know some people had some beef with each other and that, but overall, it was probably one of the better races that we had yet this season.
I heard that, man.
It was. I actually thought we were going to have a green flag stop there, but it was close. We had some long runs there, but like I said, shout out to everybody for being patient. And there was a lot more give and take tonight, but like I said, when it comes down to the end there, you know what I mean. It's hard racing, and like I said, that top 5, top 6 that were up there, it was great, good racing.
Outstanding, man. Now back over to you, Matt Brown. Final words, any shout outs you want to give before we push it back over to our winner?
Yeah, shout out to Torque Wrench Motorsports, Scott Wise. He found some good drivers. We're actually getting finishes we deserve. Still more to come from us. Good job to top 5, top 6 guys. Everyone, will probably finish top 5 or up front on a weekly basis in this league. So I'm just happy to beat Juan Escamilla, so that's it.
Hey, you got Juan Escamilla tonight for sure. All right, our winner, Nick Bauman. You got the floor, man. Final words.
Yeah, I just want to thank everybody at Dark Horse Racing for giving me such a fast ride to Dente Chili Chevrolet. Shout out to Jaden Porter. Still a sponsor for a race. I think I did it justice.
The Dente.
But all my teammates, Juan, Trevor, Careful, all the guys, all my buddies at Primex, Randy, Brandon, Kyle, Ryan, all you guys up at the booth and put the races on and make it all possible. everybody watching at home couldn't do it without you. So.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Like I said, the good thing about Dark Horse and Prime X, we all get along very well with each other. And like I said, we help each other out. But when we when it's race day, you know what I mean. We race each other hard. It's expected, but like I said, there's just great group of guys, just like Nick said.
Indeed, they are. Just as all of you guys are. Congratulations to all of our podium finishers. I will move you guys down now, and we'll get this all wrapped up.
Thanks, Tommy.
Yes, sir. We appreciate you, Randy. All right. Well, there you have it. Nick Bauman, Matt Brown, Randy Showers, our top three, our podium finishers tonight, with Trevor Haley, Brandon Showers, Kenwood Ramsey, Kyle Cameron, Jason Branch, Daryl Sabalos, and Chris James, rounding out our top 10. And that is going to wrap it up for Charlotte and the AdminBoxx 150. I'm Tommy Rogers. We're signing off on the High Line. Make sure you guys link up with us quick. We got another league starting on Monday. Get in the Discord. Reach out. I shouldn't say we have a league that is going to be on Mondays. It's set to start August 17th. So definitely get in touch with us quick. There's still a few spots available. Really looking to see teams. But, hey, man, we'll take what we get for the second team, or I should say the second league, and we will catch you guys here next week. We'll holler at you.